So I do hair, makeup, special effects, facials, massages, booty facials, back facials, chest facials, full body. They actually ended up stealing $700 from me. I almost started crying, and I'm like, you know what? I can't believe it, but I loved that. Oh, that's a good question.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Keisha Parris Show. Today on our show, we have Katie, the Hair Fairy. She is an entrepreneur, hair and makeup, everything you need. Katie, the Hair Fairy, has it for you. Welcome, Katie.
Thank you so much.
You
I
are so
appreciate it.
welcome. You are so welcome. So tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I'm Katie, the Hair Fairy in Beauty. I have been running my business for 3 years now, and I've been a professional cosmetologist for 5 years. I would say I'm a professional day maker. So the most important thing to me is just to make sure that I am constantly making people's days, and whatever I can do to do that is kind of my job. So whether that's hair, makeup, special effects, facials, massages, I do specialize with my massages. I do sound therapy and touch therapy and aromatherapy, also known as scent therapy. So really just creating a safe space for people to relax and enjoy themselves and feel beautiful.
I like that.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so you mentioned a bunch of stuff. So you also do massages as well?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how did you get into massages?
Oh, that's actually a pretty crazy story.
Yeah, you got let's get into this story.
Surprisingly, I feel like for me, it's definitely a gift from God. So it's kind of crazy how I started massaging. If you would have asked me, even when I was in beauty school, what I would be doing, I would say doing hair and makeup for movies or special effects. And my goal was to work for Tyler Perry. But then as time went by, I worked at a hair salon for a year and a half. And I got let go in the beginning of COVID. And that's when I just had, some regular clients already or guests coming through. And it wasn't really a business yet, I wasn't viewing it that way. I was just, getting some side money and doing what I love, of course, and then working at the salon. When I had got let go from the salon, that's when I had a really big struggle of what am I going to do? I had bills already, so nothing could be on pause, but I wasn't having enough clientele at the time, I thought. So what I did is I went and worked at a tattoo shop, and they actually ended up stealing $700 from me, and they gave me a tattoo table that was like falling apart. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to pay, my bills this month. And I was just kind of confiding into one of my business mentors, and he's very professional, and he told me, I need a massage or something. And I was like, well, I have an H&S package. It's head, neck, and shoulder. I just created it right now. So I was like, let's get it.
Let's try this.
Right.
Yeah.
So I ended up going and doing the massage. And after I finished, he just told me, he was like, wow, like, when did you start massaging? Like, how did you do this? Like, it's so amazing. And I was like, I almost started crying, and I'm like, you know what? I can't believe it, but I loved that. I don't know when or why or how, but that's when it all started. And then ever since then, I never stopped massaging. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that story.
And I would say,
did you go to school for it afterwards?
So in beauty school, they teach a few different types of massage, like tap totem and stuff like that, and pressure point. I would say it's definitely more intuitive. I do want to go to massage school eventually, but right now in my business, I'm like still taking the right steps and everything like that. But I would say it's definitely more intuitive, and
I see. I got you. So it has to be a gift from God.
Oh, yeah.
Because
100%.
So many people go to school for this thing, but God give you the ability to just use your hands. And awesome. I love that. Sound therapy, touch therapy, scent therapy, and I think guided meditation. Tell me a little bit about that.
Of course. So I would say with the touch therapy and sound therapy, aromatherapy, it's so common that it's kind of just like, oh, goes over our heads. We don't really think of, when we hear therapy, we're always thinking of verbal therapy with therapists or shopping.
That's right. You're absolutely
but retail
correct.
therapy.
Yep.
But
and I know, we women, we love a little retail
right,
therapy.
Right. But I would say a lot of the times we do skip over sound therapy, and aromatherapy is another good one. A lot of people will just hear aromatherapy, and it's just another word that we're just aromatherapy, where we're not actually thinking scent therapy. And it's just crazy because a whole bunch of scents, like, they do different things for us, especially even down to essential oils. Say if you're sick and you use some peppermint, it's going to physically help you, but it's also going to help your nerve system and also help your mind and body, because what you're going to be doing is breath work. So when you're really focusing in on your breath, which is aromatherapy, scent therapy.
Okay.
And even like one of my guests, when I first started doing scent therapy, I wasn't as in tune with, okay, I'm trying to offer this therapy. I'm just like trying to make it more relaxing and calming and doing the things that I know I would want. So when I first started, I did have a guest. I used lemongrass, and it was an older gentleman. And as soon as I did it after the massage, he's like, wow, like, that lemongrass reminded me of my childhood. And and it just brought me to tears, because I'm like, that really is the power of scent therapy. You never know really which scent and stuff is going to bring people, that different.
Calm? Okay, different.
Or you never know,
what?
like even lavender, it might, remind you of someone specific or stuff like that. Or the lemongrass, I think it was actually honeysuckle. Yeah. So that actually reminds me of my childhood too, because we used to live next to honeysuckles and go and eat them when we were younger, or drink the juice or whatever. So definitely having that scent definitely reminds me, and it takes you back to a place where, or it can even be, a certain scent might be traumatizing to you or triggering, and it might bring you back to somewhere, but it also can show us where we're unhealed and where we need to, fix or just take a moment to reflect on certain areas of our life.
Right, absolutely. And also maybe to calm down in certain areas. I love that. All right, so let's talk about some of the struggles that you have had. So you did say that you mentioned earlier about, losing the job and not having enough money and how everything. Tell me a little bit more about that, because you see, the thing is, we want to motivate others out there who has lost a job, and just don't know what the next step is. Talk to me about how you overcome that.
I would say day by day.
Day by
hour
day.
by hour.
Right.
You just have to kind of take the jump. I would say for me, the business owner struggle sometimes is, wondering, where is your next guest going to come from? It depends. Some days you might have $1,000 day. Sometimes you might have zero. So it's a lot about balance and
money managing, maybe.
Money managing and balance. And I would say another struggle is doing everything by yourself, but it can also be a plus. But I would say I had just wrote these down yesterday, actually. Something that does help me. Recently, one of my guests had actually gave me a book, and it's called, I can't remember what it's called, but it's a for starter business, and it's kind of you fill in the blanks and stuff like that. And it was asking, what are the pros and what are the cons of a business? And I would say my pros definitely outweigh the cons. And then some of them are equivalent, like working for yourself, like money management, stuff like that. It's a pro and a con, because, you are able to manage that stuff by yourself. I would say also just believing in yourself and taking one day at a time and making sure that you are doing the marketing that you need to do, and making sure that you're just kind of creating your own steps as well as following other people's, because not every business is going to be the same. Not everything's going to work the same for other people.
That's right.
And then also, I would say for me, the biggest thing is don't feel like because you don't have a team that means any difference, because personally, like, thankfully, my parents, have very encouraging words and stuff like that, but they don't run businesses, so they can't give me the advice that I'm needing, or, they can't help with funds or anything like that. So It's like, just because you don't have someone to help you doesn't mean anything. And
That's
there
right.
are also people that will help you, but you just have to continue. It's your dream. It's
That's
no
right.
one else's dream.
So believe in yourself and take it one day at a time. I love
Yep.
that. So what is your favorite service that you like to offer? If you, with all of the stuff that you do, so you do hair, you do makeup.
Yeah, so I do hair, makeup, special effects, facials, massages, booty facials, back facials, chest facials, full body polishes, yoga and stretching, guided meditation, and so much more.
Oh my goodness.
But I feel like my favorite, it depends in the moment, honestly, because I just love all my guests so much, and I'm just like super grateful just to like be in other people's presence, and the fact that they choose me, like it just means so much to me. I would say probably the massaging,
right,
or the facials. It's just completely different. I feel like when I'm when I'm doing hair and makeup and stuff like that, it's great, and I feel like sometimes a therapist, like I'm, talking and kind of discussing with people, their problems and stuff like that. But I feel like it's very special to give someone a safe space during the massages and facials for them to kind of, just like internally heal themselves and stuff. I'm not the healer. I'm only, helping you heal yourself.
right.
So,
You're just a vessel. That, yeah, absolutely.
exactly. So I feel like that's definitely a blessing, and I feel like that's also something where it might be a lot of the time that they might never have had a facial. They may have never had a massage or something like that. So it's just very special and intimate between me and the guest, and I just really appreciate it.
Awesome. So there's a specific makeup that you do. What was that again?
Oh, the special effects
The
makeup.
special effects. Okay, let's break that down, because this is the first time I've ever heard about special
Oh,
effects.
really?
Yeah, first time.
Oh, nice.
All right, what is special effects?
So special effects, if you see like any horror movies or stuff like that, you definitely are seeing special effects. So what it is just transforming someone into something different, whether that's creating someone old to young, someone young to old, or someone who has gotten into an accident or something like that.
I got you.
So anything like gory, scary, horror aesthetic is definitely going to be special
When
effects.
do you do that? Do you have specific? Do you have like Halloween? Is Halloween your best month?
So
do
I
you
would
do it for
say-
movies? Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah, so I've done some short films and movies and music videos and
Okay.
Halloween. I would say when it comes to the music videos and stuff like that, I've done, you can look up like Rich Dunk's video. He has some fight scenes and stuff like that. And then V Nice Films, Fashawn, he has some movies that are out that I've done.
Wow.
And pertaining like fight scenes, car accidents, one of Fashawn's new movies is like, he just wanted to have a custom, really scary person. So I created this custom demon mask. It was so scary, honestly.
Do you have a picture of that?
I do, yeah. It was so scary.
Okay, so guys, look at this picture of,
Yes.
what's his name? Vashawn?
Yep.
Okay, so this is a picture of
Vashawn's
Vashawn's model that Katie the hair fairy created.
Yeah.
Oh
it was
my
so much
gosh.
fun.
All right, nice. Go on.
And then also, for Halloween, I do a good bit, but I feel like this past Halloween was one of the most busies for special effects. I feel like I finally got my name out there a little bit more, and people really are starting to appreciate the art of special effects more. And I had worked at a club for it was a giant Halloween party, and it was at 2 different clubs, and I was working at one of them doing the special effects, and people were just getting whatever they wanted. They were just telling me like, can you do this, or can you do a gash
That's
in my face,
amazing.
or something like that, and it was super fun. And
Oh my
then
gosh.
I had done a different club the Saturday before or after Halloween, and it was like zombie Barbies, or it was just so cute. Like all the bottle girls were wearing like these pink outfits, and then I just did like really scary makeup.
Oh my
to them.
gosh,
Yeah.
I love that. We
Thank
gotta,
you.
maybe we should do something like that. That would be cool, right?
It would.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we gotta plan something where you could do a special effects
Yes.
on the show next
Yes,
time.
I'd
Maybe
love
you could
that.
bring in a model.
Yeah.
And show the world your work. Okay, we're
That'd
gonna
be
have to do that. We're gonna have to do that, definitely. All right, so let's talk about your childhood. From what I understand, you've been modeling since you were a child. Tell me the age, how did you get into modeling? Why did you get into modeling? Did you love it or did you hate it?
Right.
Talk to me, because I know that there are probably some kids out there that wants to get into modeling, or even adults, that wants to do it. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So I started modeling with my aunt, who's a professional photographer, at actually 3 years old.
Nice.
Yeah, it was definitely a blessing. She's definitely the reason why I feel like I'm able to just work the camera so naturally with facial expressions and posing and stuff like that. What she did was just basically train me. I don't know why, but she knew.
She just took over.
So she took over, and I used to have, I remember at the age of 11, 12, probably 11, doing 7-hour photo shoots.
Wow.
Yeah, like getting, doing my hair and makeup and doing 7-hour photo shoots in the heat and not complaining one bit because I loved every second of it.
That's what it is, know? Yeah.
And she's a big blessing. She had she lived in Florida, and shout out to my mom, because even though, we were struggling with money, she still was able to take me down there. And my aunt was like, please, I just need to get her headshots and everything. So I went down there, 7-hour photo shoots, I think like 3 days in a row. Oh my gosh, it gets me. 3 days in a row. And just getting up 6 a.m., doing hair and makeup, and just going and doing a bunch of different ball gowns and just like bikini and just everything. And I just really enjoyed that she actually had some other professional models that were a little bit older, and they came and they were just like, do this, do that, perfect this, tighten up this, do that. And that was something that I really appreciated. And I feel like it's just helped me so much be able to do different things. I've been running my modeling business since I was 2016.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Yeah. One of these photographers that I had worked with back in 2015, near the end of 2015, he convinced me, he's like, just make an Instagram just of your modeling so you can just, work it yourself. He's like, you don't need an agency, just do it. So I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden I started getting booked. And
are you serious? Maybe I should try it.
Yes, girl. You just need to put up your professional photos.
Just professional photos of modeling.
Right.
I've always wanted to do it,
Yes, you should.
Yeah, from Barbados. My uncle, he used to work for banks in Barbados. And I remember it was just before I came here, they were looking for models for the calendar girls. Not let me shut my mouth. But yeah, I always wanted to get into modeling.
Yes.
Let me just say that.
Yes, that is super fun.
Yes,
I love that.
Yes. Is there a when it comes to modeling, is there a certain size, a certain height that they're looking for?
So I would say for me, I'm definitely not always fitting the genre because I have lots of tattoos. Okay. I have rainbow hair. I have piercings in my face.
Right.
And so I'm definitely not always the look that they're going for. And that's not a problem because we have a very diverse society. And I feel like that's important. Just because you can't fit one gig or one look or one movie or one music video doesn't mean anything. Keep going because the right people will find you. And even, I've thought about, maybe I shouldn't get a tattoo here, or, maybe I should show up with my piercings out and stuff like that. But I feel like it's all about what you want. If you want to be the cookie cutter image, then that's fine. If you want to be yourself, I promote that, and I think you should do that.
So be yourself. It doesn't matter. Just be yourself.
Yeah.
And whatever you want to go for, just do it. I need to get into the modeling a little bit more, right? Because my little girl, I've been trying to get her into modeling for a very long time. And she went to, oh my gosh, this school in Manhattan to do it. But we never pursued it, okay? The fact that you started this at 3 years old, do you have pictures of, by the way?
Yeah, I do. And it's just so funny. Like, you can see how much growth in my modeling, like, it was funny. And there were times when I was younger, it wasn't always like, it's not glamorous. Like, even I know models, when I tell them, oh yeah, I've done, 7-hour photo shoots, they're like, ugh. And I'm like, what? I love that.
Exactly.
But there's been times even in my younger photos, like I remember specific times where I was literally freezing. And I was like, just trying not to look cold, and stuff like that. Or even being younger and, having to model in front of every single person on the beach. And I feel like it definitely helped my confidence. And also, just you can't really care who's watching. Like, a model is not just, someone who looks nice in photos. It's a lot more than that. So, yeah.
Right. So it's not only photos. So it boosted your confidence. It also give you that that resume of this is my work.
Right,
this is everything that I've done. And it also propelled your career into hair and makeup because you've been around it all of that time from 3 years old. So it helped you perfect your craft.
Yeah, it
and
really
now
did.
you are doing exactly what you love. Look at that. So the more you keep at it, the more it will grow, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. So, okay, you talked about your auntie, you talked about your mom. What role did your mom have in everything that you do now?
Right. Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, so actually the reason I am in the beauty industry is because my mom, she has an autoimmune disease called sarcoidosis, and basically, when I was younger, she was going through chemotherapy and stuff like that. They weren't knowing what to do, steroids, chemotherapy, and she actually had lost her hair from the chemotherapy, and we would go wig shopping. And that's when I realized inside the mall, she put on a wig, and I just remember the cute little lady, she just was like perfecting it and just putting on the different wigs, and she was telling her like, oh my God, like she was getting so excited, like you look so good, and that just made my mom get so excited. And in that moment, everything was perfect. And I feel like that's what the beauty industry is about. It's like I said with the day maker, everything's about in that moment. It's about how you make that person feel. It's not even necessarily the look or, the makeup or the hair or any of that. It's just how you're making them feel in that moment. So, yeah, I feel like my mom has been a huge impact, inspiration, and I would say something else about the makeup too. Even though in that moment it was the hair, I always expected to do makeup. Just when I was younger, I was always into makeup. Even when she, she might be sick in bed for days at a time, but right when she's getting up, she's doing her makeup. And it's like, I know you don't feel good, but she didn't care. It's all about how it makes you feel. And she's like, I don't care if no one's going to see me. Like, I'm going to see me. I want to look good. I want to feel good. So I feel like she's definitely a huge impact. And even though, she doesn't always have the right answers because, she has never run a business. So I might call her and be like freaking out, like, I don't know what to do, this and that, and she's always going to be a listening ear. Even if she doesn't have the right things to say, she's still going to try. And I feel like that's so important. Like, having people in your corner, it is a blessing. So.
Yes, especially mothers, because we're coming up to Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Right? What are you going to do for your mom for Mother's Day?
She lives in Tennessee.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to send her something in the mail. I made her a little basket, so I'm going to have to make sure she can express ship that.
I did mine yesterday.
Oh, I love that.
I sent my mom a bouquet of roses. So by the
so
time
sweet.
this episode comes out, she should have gotten it.
Oh, good.
So shout out to all the moms for Mother's Day. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We love you. We love you. We love you. As we are recording this episode, Mother's Day is what, Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, so Mother's Day is Sunday. By the time this episode comes out, it would have already passed. So shout out to all the moms. Happy Mother's Day! So Katie, tell your mommy Happy
Mother's Day.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so someone told me that you do yoga as well.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about yoga.
Of course. So there's so many different types of yoga, and I feel like, where do I start? There's like, yoga has stemmed from multiple different cultures, so I feel like it's very important to mention that there's a difference between just yoga and stretching and stuff like that, and I love all of it. I offer yoga sessions and stuff like that and stretching sessions. I feel like it depends on where the guest is at in their life and what are their beliefs. I don't want to push any beliefs or certain types of yoga on certain people. So I feel like it's custom to what people are wanting out of it. if they want to sit and have a guided meditation session where I am, guiding them through the session, focus on your breath and relax and, arms up and down and throughout the stretches and stuff like that. Or if they simply just want to stretch and talk about the football game. I don't like football, but if they want to.
Me either. I don't
but,
even
if they want to, I feel like all of my services are like that though.
Okay.
I feel like I'm very passionate about being very spiritual and, but some of my guests will come for yoga or facials or massages, and they'll want to listen to rap music. Some of them will come, they'll want the guided meditation. So I feel like it's all different.
Right.
I've been doing yoga since I can remember, since I was younger.
Okay.
I've always been very hippie-like, very no shoes, outside, and my family has always been like, huh? Like,
she's different.
Like I said, we're from, Northern Virginia, D.C., so they're just not really like that. And they're kind of like, where are you getting this stuff from? And I'm like, honestly, I don't know. It's just, like I said, I feel like my life is just, very intuitive. It kind of just comes to me. And I feel like it wasn't until a few years ago that I realized the power of, yoga and stretching and, really connecting with your mind and body. And I started to appreciate it a lot more. I've always appreciated it, but it's definitely... It's very spiritual and it's very personal as well. So, yeah.
Okay. All right. So I have one more question for you. As it relates to the guided meditation, what does that help? How yeah, you understand. What does guided meditation do?
So I feel like it's good for multiple things.
Okay.
I feel like it's good for kind of guiding them to relaxation.
Okay.
And it's also good, say someone might have anxiety while they're, say if it's during a massage or something, they might not have ever got a massage and they're kind of like, oh, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
They might be stressed out, I don't know what to do, so they're not even relaxing or they're not focusing on their breath. Or say I'm about to do, I'm about to release a lot of lactic acid on the muscle and I don't want them to be tense, so I'm just like, oh, now focus on your breath. Then I might go in real quick.
Right. I got you.
But also I feel like it's great for... I feel like it's good for just connecting your mind and body, and I'll say a lot of different things. I will say it's very intuitive. For me, I feel like it just comes from God, so I kind of just say whatever comes to my mind. It might be, relaxing your cells or relax, your whole body from your jaw and your voice and stuff like that.
How about we give our guests just a little piece of the guided meditation? Now, do you need a specific type of music?
No, I could do it without.
You could do it without? Yeah. Okay. I think Semaj is going to give us a little something. All right? Okay. All right. So, all right, guests. I want everyone in the audience to get ready. We're going to do some guided meditation right now. And you can use me as a guinea pig, right? I'm just going to sit here and let's see.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
All right. You can just start by closing your eyes. Taking this time to drop your stomach, allowing it to sink into the chair. Focusing on your breath and allowing it to flow however it may want. You can take this time to relax your mind. Relaxing your voice, taking this time to relax your breath. Relaxing your shoulders. You can relax your jaw. Relaxing your chest and stomach, taking this time to relax your back. Relaxing your legs. Wiggling your toes. And relaxing your whole mind and body. Taking this time to just refocus back on your breath. You can take this time to allow each and every cell to relax. Taking this time to appreciate your breath and where it came from. Taking this time to appreciate your ancestors and where their breath came from. Taking this time to appreciate your mother's breath and her mother's breath and her mother's breath and her mother's breath, all for your very breath, all for the present moment.
That was very relaxing.
Oh, thank you. I
That's
appreciate
really
it.
good. That is amazing.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so everyone, this is Katie, the Hair
Yes.
Fairy. And tell us where your business is located. Tell us how can we get in contact with you.
Absolutely.
Give us your Instagram. I don't. Do you have Facebook?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so give us your Instagram, your Facebook.
Perfect.
Give us everything because what you just did, I'm ready to sleep.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you. Like she said, I'm Katie, the Hair Fairy in Beauty. You can find me at 704-953-1908. You can also find my Instagram at CLT Hair Fairy, and CLT stands for Charlotte, if y'all don't know that.
Yeah.
As well as my Facebook is going to be CAITY, and then my last name, KLOC. And you can also find me at my website, www.hairfairyclt.com. And yeah. And I'm located in Ballantyne, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so Katie, Katie,
You're fine.
let us motivate some people. All right.
Absolutely.
If you were to give a motivational speech or give a motivational word, just to motivate someone, what would you say?
So when you said word, it came to mind. I would say evolution, evolving. So definitely making sure that you're just taking day by day and just becoming and being your best self every day and bringing everything you got to the table. So even on the hard days, just make sure that you show up as your best self.
Amen. I love that. Show up as your best self. Evolve
And your
every
authentic
day.
self.
Your authentic self. Show up every day.
Mm-hmm.
Show up every day.
Yeah, and also don't forget, like, you don't need every supporter, even the closest people to you. Just remember there's 8 billion people, so don't worry about the 80 people you do know or 800 people you do know. Worry about the 8 billion.
Come on now.
You will have a lot of supporters that you don't even know.
That's right. High five on that. I like
Yes.
that. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I just want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today on the Keisha Parris Show. I want to thank you, Katie, the Hair Fairy, for
Thank
coming
you.
on and sharing everything that you are doing and everything that you've done. I mean, this is amazing, from modeling at 3 years old, having your business, doing all these different things. It was God ordained.
Thank you.
And I know you said something about, you started massaging and you didn't even have the classes.
Right.
That's amazing. So God's
Thank you.
hand is on you. And I thank you so much for coming and sharing your
you.
gift to us. Even the guided meditation, you have a customer in me.
Aw, thank you. You're so sweet.
Yes,
Thank you.
absolutely. So join me again next week on the Keisha Parris Show. May God bless you.